I got my dogs with me, James Jones, Shady McCoy, Chase Daniel. Obviously, Shady and I are in New York. Shady inducted to the Eagles Hall of Fame yesterday, so we are in the New York studio. James, Chase, they're in the LA studio holding it down. Chase, I'm going to start with you. Obviously, don't break things down just yet for the viewers. Don't just break it down. Just talk to me, Chase, as a quarterback. Talk to your boy. Is this year more impressive? You're a quarterback, bro. You played 14 years, so you see things I can't even see. Viewers, y'all are getting unprecedented access to the quarterback position right now. Chase, just talk to me first and foremost about how impressive Lamar Jackson's been this season.
Well, it's the most impressive he's been as a thrower of the football, and I think that's the biggest thing that people maybe argued when he first came into the league, when he was coming out of Louisville. Is he a thrower? Is he a running back? Which is asinine for me, because when you watch the film this year, you should just call him MV3. He is playing at another level this year. Todd Monken, the offensive coordinator, is doing things that he is really comfortable with. You see this under center play action, deep shots down the field stuff you've never really seen. He's the only quarterback in NFL history with four perfect passer rating games. And we're talking about Lamar Jackson, oh, he's just a good runner. No, he can take over the game with his arms and his legs. And the biggest thing I see is the accuracy, Acho, at which he's throwing the football down the field. And these aren't just little dinks and dunks, right? Zay Flowers is making plays. All these other guys are making plays for him. Obviously, Derrick Henry has 1,000 yards rushing. But this offense predicated around Lamar Jackson, and it runs through Lamar Jackson, specifically him throwing the ball deep down the field. They don't throw it a lot. People think they're always throwing it every single time. You know, I think he had 20 or 19 attempts yesterday, but he was 16-19, and he was a perfect passer rating. He's throwing a lot of touchdowns, and it's scary thought for the league, especially, I know we just talked about the Chiefs, but when Lamar Jackson can play like this, like he's unstoppable, bro.
Yeah. The most impressive thing to me, because I can't say it's his most impressive MVP season ever, Shady. I can't say it, James. Like, he won unanimous MVP, right? It's a unanimous MVP season. For context, viewers, he was 7th in the NFL in rushing while leading the NFL in passing touchdowns. He was top 10 at quarterback and top 10 at running back at the same dang time. That's incredible. But what's so impressive about this is he's not surprising anybody. That's what you could use to suggest Lamar's having the most impressive season ever. Lamar Jackson jumped into the NFL and started 6-1, but we didn't know who he was as an NFL player. He took over for Joe Flacco. The next year, still unbeknownst to the rest of the NFL, Lamar Jackson wins a unanimous MVP because we'd never seen anything like it before. But now we've seen it before, and he's still doing it. That's what's most impressive. Shady, he brought it up, so I'll kind of use this analogy. The first time you may see a beautiful woman take your breath away. Oh, my goodness.
You guys are women, bro.
Wow. Look, Chase, we can talk about it. You married. You talk about your wife.
Yeah,
You talk about your wife. But, James, if she's still taking your breath away, I think you're about to celebrate 15 years of marriage, if I'm not mistaken. If she's still taking your breath away 15 years later, that's more impressive than her taking your breath away 15 days in. And Lamar Jackson is still stunning the world 5, 6, 7 years in. So to me, it's more impressive that 7 years in, he's still doing this than when he did it 2 years in. Not because what he did it 2 years in wasn't statistically more impressive, but the fact that Lamar Jackson 7 years in is still taking our breath away as it pertains to being viewers of the game of football, that's what suggests to me, we're not yet numb to his numbers. We're not numb to his game. James Jones is pretty spectacular to me.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I'm just trying to put the stats away, because when you turn the tape on with Lamar Jackson looked like he is on a different planet than everybody else. He's playing at a different speed. He's playing at his own speed. He's a mile ahead of every defense. Every single play. Every time I see Lamar Jackson throw the ball, I don't even know who down there. I'm like, it's a big-time play. That's just how I feel right now. Every time I see him take off, I'm like, man, he finna score a touchdown. That's just how I feel. It looks so unfair right now to everybody else but Lamar Jackson. Like, I think the NFL need to come up with a rule. If you play the Ravens, you get an extra guy on defense. Because that's how it's looking with Lamar Jackson. So stats aside, how he's looking, I've never seen Lamar Jackson look like this. Whether it's quick game, knowing where to go with the football, whether it's knowing when to run, getting outside the pocket, making a play with his legs, throwing the ball, taking the deep shots down, I've never seen Lamar Jackson look like this. I do not think Lamar Jackson is going to make a play every time. I mean, make a mistake every time he says hike. Every time he say hike, I'd be like, ooh, this would be a big-time play. That's how I feel about Lamar Jackson. He's on a totally different level than any quarterback, than any offense right now in the National Football League. He's playing at an MV3 level. And like I say, put an extra man on defense because they're not going to be able to stop him with 11. I'm telling you that now. It is too easy for Lamar Jackson. Watching him play, stats aside, he is taking the next step. He looks unstoppable, man.
Yeah, he looks different, like another planet. You know what's crazy, though, is like, watch him now, and I know Acho talked about the unanimous MVP year, and it was really, really great. But this year looks even more special.
Okay.
Right? I watch all these other different quarterbacks, Jared Goff's, Josh Allen's, Patrick Mahomes, everybody. He looks better than them by a nice amount. And then another thing is with Lamar Jackson, we talked about all him running. Well, now watch him throw the ball. I'm watching him scramble when he has to scramble, and I'm watching him about to scramble. If somebody open, I'm throwing it. He can't miss. Before in the past with the Ravens, I got to be honest, there's times where they won a game because Lamar did his thing, but the defense played great, right? Defense got them stops. Defense got them sacks. Now, it don't matter what the defense does. We got Lamar Jackson, and no matter what they do on defense, we're always going to have a chance to win because he's playing that good. I've never seen him with the Ravens. Lamar Jackson right now today, I got to be honest, man, he's playing the best out of everybody playing the game right
That's
now.
facts.
We said he's special.
And last thing, real quick, Chase, I was thinking about this, like, yo, have we seen the best Lamar Jackson? He's got 2 MVPs. Have we seen the best? I don't even know.
It's got to be the best.
Because he might get better than this level, though. You get what I'm saying? Because now he's playing with confidence.
Man.
Lamar's special, man.
I'll show you, you know, we're talking about special. I want to show you special on the film. I want to break this down because what Lamar is doing on the field deserves a run, and we're going to show you this. Okay, Denver Broncos and Vance Joseph, defensive coordinator, decided to play zone coverage all day against Lamar. And I want to talk about these layered throws. Look right here in the slot. Nelson Aguilar, he doesn't see a first window. He puts it over top 3 defenders, puts enough air on it to get a completion down the field. That's hard for quarterbacks to do. We talk about Brock Purdy in these layered throws. Well, Lamar Jackson, under center play action. Exactly what I'm talking to you about. This is a pro-style concept if I've ever seen it. Get in the slot, run a guy through, and then have a dagger route, a deep end, but he has to get it right over the outstretched hands of a defensive player and a linebacker. So they're dropping deep. Denver Broncos said, we're going to play you zone. Let's just keep playing zone. Let's keep playing zone. And then you have here, it's a corner route and a post route, but the corner route goes over top. It's a cover 2 beater. They play cover 2. You throw this between 4 defenders with enough air on it to get it over top. And these are the reason these layered throws are so special to Lamar, because he gives you an opportunity in Zay Flowers to run after the catch because he's throwing it on the move. So this is what I'm seeing on film that is making him really special.
You know what's crazy is the Broncos defense didn't even look like they was good, huh?
They're the third-ranked
And they nice, though. And they nice.
And they got a good defense.
It's the third-ranked defense in the league.
That's the crazy thing. We over here breaking down this stuff. The way Lamar played, it looked like the Broncos defense got the 32-ranked defense in the National Football League. They needed an extra.
No, but that's why I'm so hard on Dak, because, like Lamar has a nice supporting cast. They're not the best, though. Mm-hmm. You're not saying that Ravens supporting cast is top 3 in the league. You're not saying that. You're not saying top 5. You're not saying that. But Lamar's playing so well that everybody's elevating their game. Look at Zay Flowers. I thought Zay Flowers was a hell of a player. Young, fast, crafty. He looking like an elite player, and Lamar has a lot to do with that. Now, I know Derrick Henry, that definitely helps out. All I'm saying is that Lamar is playing so well, man, that he's bringing everybody else's game, elevating it. I need Dak to do the same thing, and that's why I'm hard on Dak.
It's crazy because, Chase, you did mention the Broncos' defense going into the game was elite. But you know you're elite when you can make other elite players look like mere mortals. I will never forget, and it still breaks my heart, James Jones, to this day. Ravens, Niners. I think it was week 13 last year. Fred Warner's the best linebacker in football. He is the objectively best linebacker in football. Lamar Jackson, he breaks the pocket. He's scrambling left. It's Lamar Fred. It's one-on-one. Who's going to be? You already know what type of time it is. I'm going through the closet looking at my Fred Warner jersey, going to make sure we peel it out for the show the next day. Lamar Jackson stops on a dime, makes Fred look like he's on skates. Lamar cuts it back. I think it was like a 19 or 20-yard pickup. First down, Ravens. It was at that moment that I said, Lamar, You just made the best linebacker in football look human.
Yeah.
Nobody makes Fred look human. Fred makes everybody else look human. And Lamar, you made a god look like a human, so what does that make you?
And you know,
that's James when I realized he's different.
And you forgot one thing. He pointed at Fred. I said,
Disrespect.
Like you, right?
Now you're doing it.
He pointed at him like.
He was trying to keep his balance. He was trying to keep his balance. He had to lift his, like when you ski it. He had to keep his hand up, trying to keep his balance, James. What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.